right, we're talking with Jamie from Donaldson Home Services, and now that the warm weather's finally here, Jamie, a lot of people are saying, wait a second, my AC's on the fritz, it needs replacing. One of the biggest things that people make the mistake of, and you can certainly correct me if I'm wrong, is they chase name brands when they go out to get these new AC units. They wind up either paying too much or getting something that doesn't work for their home.
Name brands are important to a point. We quite often talk about insulation on both furnaces and air conditioners, but air conditioners especially. About 80% of how long the system works and how well it works in your home comes down to sizing and installation. The brand of the product really only accounts for about 20% of how well it works, how long it's going to last, durability of the unit. So name brand, although important, isn't really the focus that most people should be putting on when they buy an air conditioner.
One of the things that jumped out at me that you just said, size matters. I'm a little bit alarmed, but in this case, let's dive into that a little bit further.
Yeah, absolutely. Most people, when they think of air conditioners, it's about making cold air for the home. And really what we're doing is removing the heat, right? So when we size for a home, we want to size at a point where we're controlling humidity. An air conditioner is an air conditioner, right? It's not a refrigerator. Refrigerators make cold. Air conditioners condition the air. So what we're trying to do with an air conditioner is make the air inside of your home during the summer as dry as we can while reducing the temperature. The way we relieve heat is through evaporation of sweat off of our skin. So our bodies regulate heat. We get hot, we sweat, the sweat evaporates off of our skin. If it's humid around us, it doesn't evaporate as quickly. Because it doesn't evaporate as quickly, we don't release heat as quickly, so we're a lot more uncomfortable. So a lot of companies go out and they size stuff too large. Their focus is, let's make it cold. That's why you can be in a house where it's 25 degrees and really comfortable, or you can be in a house where it's 18 and really uncomfortable.
I feel like I just got taken to school there. We're getting ready for summer vacation. Jamie, I had no idea that you were doubling as a science teacher as well. I appreciate the lesson.
You hear it all the time. Go to Arizona. Right? Everybody says it's hot, but it's a dry heat, right? It's a different kind of heat. You head down to the Caribbean, you head down to Florida, it's hot, but it's a different heat it tends to carry with you. And it comes down to the humidity. It's the same thing we're doing in the home.
You're controlling the climate in the home, not
Absolutely.
Just hot or cold.
Yeah, exactly.
So when it comes to red flags, because there are a lot of people on the market right now, again, it seems to be one of those things. We don't need a new furnace until it's -5. We don't need a new AC until it's 25.
Yep.
Red flags that people should watch for.
There's two things I really tell people to keep an eye on when you're buying an air conditioner. First off, we just touched on it, make sure it's sized properly. There's really only one way to properly size an air conditioner for a home, and that's through heat loss, heat gain. To do that, it's going to take somebody about 25 to 35 minutes in the home. They have to go around, measure windows, doors, take a look at insulation, measure the walls inside of the home, what direction the home faces. It's a fairly complex process, and it takes time. They've done studies on this, and 87% of contractors will never or extremely rarely do heat loss, heat gains, and yet it's the only way to properly size, right? Most companies come in and go, it's a 2.5 ton in there, we'll put a 2.5 ton in, or it's a 2.5 or 2 ton in there, and we'll just upsize it a little bit, make you more comfortable. So you want to make sure the company that's coming in is going to do a heat loss, heat gain. That takes time, right? The other issue is most people, when they're coming in, they're focused on selling you as quickly as they can, the highest priced product that they can in order to get out the door. We've really focused on doing the right thing for you. So an average sales appointment in our industry is between 30 and 45 minutes. For us, we're going to be in the home 2 hours. It's about slowing down, finding out what works right for you, making sure it's sized properly for you, giving you all the options that you want, and letting you choose if we're a good company for you, and if we are, which one's going to be the right product for you at the end of the day.
They say time is money. You guys spend the time to save others money.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
The decision you're making when you're replacing equipment, especially when you're replacing equipment, is something that's going to affect you for at least 15 years in the home, hopefully longer. So you're going to make a decision today that's going to affect the comfort that you have in your home. Every summer, you're going to be looking at this and going, is it right for me? For me as an owner, as somebody from the industry, I want to make sure that we've taken the time to establish the right direction for you, not just right now. Like you said, people are in the immediacy stage when they're looking to buy an air conditioner. They want to purchase it now, mainly because their system's not working, it's broken. And to be worse in the summer, we're hot and uncomfortable. And when we're hot and uncomfortable, most people react to just fix it. It's difficult to do, but that's the time when you want to slow down. Recognize it's not just about fixing it today, it's about fixing it today and being comfortable for another 15, 20 years.
That's why it's all about trust, quality, and comfort without compromise. And you're going to get that with Donaldson Home Services.
So by doing the right thing, by protecting the client, by being an advocate for the general public, speaking to what needs to be done, but also what happens out there that shouldn't be done, what to watch for, by extension is going to help my organization, because people come to the assumption of, okay, if they speak truth, then when we're dealing with them, we're also going to get truth. And that's how we operate as a business, is how we've done it for years. My focus is to try and let people know that's who we are. That when we walk into the home, we want to do the right thing. I'm perfectly happy if somebody buys equipment from somebody else, but that they did it with the knowledge that we're able to impart, so that the decision they made was the right decision for them based on the right information they had. And if they're using somebody else, there are other good companies. I'm going to argue we're probably one of the better ones in the city. I believe that. I have to believe that as the owner. But there are good companies in town that do try and do the right thing as well. I'm okay if you're using them. I just would like to see it that if it's not us, it is one of them. So by teaching and sharing the information that we have, that these are the things you should watch out for, these are the things you should avoid. When you have a high pressure salesperson in the thing, the moment somebody sits there and says, hey, I've talked to my boss and they'll give you $1,000 off, but you have to sign before I leave, or that offer's off the table. It happens all the time in our industry, but frankly, the moment that's said, that's a high pressure sales tactic. That's not the company to interact with.
Well, it's, again, I think in 2025, more than ever, trust is currency and cash is king, baby.
Yep. My background comes from a place of protecting the little guy. I was the little guy, right? So for me, it's not about the money. I want to be able to sleep at night and go to bed going, okay, I've done a good thing. I've protected my clients and done the right thing for them. I've made a bit of money off of it, but I don't need the $6 million mansion and the $2 million boat. It's not what appeals to me. I want to go to bed knowing, okay, we've done the right thing. We've taken care of people. We've protected our clients.
You want for yourself what you want for other people. Go to bed at night comfortable.
Exactly.
Right? That's what it's all about. I love how you always kind of wind up circling back to community too.
Yeah.
Looking out for the little guy, taking care of the disadvantaged. That to me is really telling when I hear a business owner talk about that.
Yeah.
You guys are so heavily involved in the community and in the area. And that comes from a place of authenticity as well. It's not just one of those, I have to do this, it's a tax write-off.
I moved around a lot growing up, a ton. The first house I bought in London, I think, was my 36th home. I was 35 when I bought it. So when I say I moved around a lot, I moved around a lot. I've been in London now, I think we're coming up on 19 years. It is hands down my home. My wife was born and raised here. My kid, my youngest, was born here, spent some time in NICU hospital. I am fiercely protective of London as a community and as an area, and I want to support them. I'd do that whether I was in business or not. At the end of the day, the volunteer stuff that we do, the work with Home County, the work with Children's Health Foundation, the support with so many organizations over the years, it's done with the knowledge that if I can make the community a little bit better, then I get to live in a little bit better community. And that's my focus, is really, it's how can I help the community the best I can, because I want to be part of an amazing place. And I think London is. I think there's always room for improvement as people, as a place, as an organization. But I love what we are as a city. It is home. I don't know how else to really say it.
It's not without its flaws.
It has its flaws, they all do.
But it is home, and that's what a family's all about.
Exactly.
And that's where Donaldson Home Services comes in with looking after the little guy.
Yep.